Thing I heard a lot that, really bothered me for a long time was, "You're so aggressive." Yeah, damn fucking right I am. You are correct. Yes, I am. Absolutely. You've probably heard the term self-love. I'm not going to go there. But really having a beautiful relationship with yourself is a number of things. It's honouring yourself, trusting yourself. It's having the ability and really making the decision to keep promises that you make to yourself, whether that's a promise to work out every day, to meditate, to eat well, to nourish yourself with really beautiful foods and water and teas and juices and doing things that help you to be your best self. It's really getting curious about why you might be sabotaging. It's treating yourself the way that you would like to be treated. And that's not necessarily all like bubble baths and buying yourself flowers and doing your nails, although you might feel called to do that. But you can do those things and still not really like yourself. I think having a good relationship with yourself is liking yourself as well as trusting yourself. And it's knowing yourself really well too. It's knowing your qualities and your strengths. It's knowing the things that you might find a little bit difficult. And it's also knowing when something just isn't for you and saying, that's not who I am. One thing that I found really, really helpful to have a beautiful relationship with myself is accepting the parts of me that were rejected by others and that I rejected for a really long time. So that could look like sexuality. It could look like being very, very nerdy. I'm such a nerd. And for a long time, those things about me were not okay. Or it could be being I'm really ambitious, I'm very fiery, I'm very direct. That wasn't always okay. And there's been people who've said, one thing I heard a lot that, really bothered me for a long time was, "You're so aggressive." Yeah, damn fucking right I am. You are correct. Yes, I am. Absolutely. I've got a lot of fire. I've got a lot of fire in my chart. I've got a lot of, for those of you that are into astrology, I've got a Venus in Aries. I've got a Mercury in Aries. They're all in the 5th house. For those of you that don't know what that means, basically the way it's been translated to me is my creativity and my entrepreneurship has a lot of fire behind it. My communication, love, relationships, it's all fire, it's all Aries energy, and that's so perfect for what I'm here to do. I also have a midheaven in Leo, which has a lot to do with creativity, video, photography, film, media, all of that. I used to work in media and publicity, and now what I do I feel kind of dovetails really well with that. And Leo energy is not an energy I was ever really that familiar with, but it turns out I have a lot of it. Like I have Leo midheaven at like 25 degrees, which is a lot. So the point is, this fire that is that I was told was like too much, too aggressive, too whatever, it's perfect for what I'm here to do, and it's who I am. Now, of course, the other side of that is tempering it and not letting it be the lower expression of that Aries energy where it's like war, because the age of Aries was like the Roman Empire where they just destroyed shit and just went in and just took over and invaded. That's that lower expression of Aries energy. But the higher expression is much different. It's that determination, that passion, that drive, and that's great. I think if entrepreneurship was a sign, it would be Aries. And Leo, the lower expression of that, of course, would be being very like vain and narcissistic and me. Whereas the higher expression is more like, I see it more as like media, art, creativity, being seen, being visible in a way that really helps humanity, if that's not too pretentious to say that. And coupled with a lot of Taurus I like really beautiful things. I mean, I'm in a really beautiful location, so I like that. And so all of those things, I could take any of those qualities and say that's too much, it shouldn't be like that, I shouldn't be like that. But when I look at the way that I'm made up in terms of my astrological makeup, caveat, I'm not an astrologer, but it's been very helpful for me to actually see my blueprint and see, okay, these qualities that I have were actually written in the stars, and there's something about that it kind of gives me chills. It's beautiful. So you were, not to quote Lady Gaga, but you were born this way, right? You were born with these qualities, and so having a beautiful relationship with yourself isn't necessarily having a bubble bath. It is accepting the parts of you that you once rejected. It's accepting the parts of you that you once rejected. And when you have a beautiful relationship with yourself, you find that the relationships in your life shift and change and shift and change and shift and change as you transform and emerge. So what does that look like in a very practical sense? It means that the people that thought you were, you know, too much or not enough, or too much and not enough at the same time, which is kind of a head fuck, you find that those people will probably fall out of your life. They might fall out easily or not so easily, but those people won't stick around because you know who you are and you accept who you are and you love who you are, and you're not going to change that, you're going to embrace it. And that's a really beautiful thing. And then you have people in your life, including romantic partners, who really love those qualities about you. You know, I remember dating someone who used to comment on how direct I was and how driven I was, and he loved it. He found it really hot. Whereas there could be other partners in the past who didn't like that, or were intimidated, or who let me know it was too much. And that only changed in the people I was with when it changed within myself. If you'd like to go deeper with this work, I have a couple of really beautiful courses on this very topic specifically, and I'll put the details down below in the comments so you can dig into that. There's a full course, Infinite Love, and then there's a bundle as well, and I really hope you'll accept that invitation to dive deeper. You deserve to have a beautiful relationship with yourself. You deserve to love yourself, to accept yourself fully, and you deserve to have that discernment and know the difference between something you want to work on about yourself and something you want to radically accept. I really hope this served you. Please comment below and let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video and the action step you'll be taking as a result of this information. Please also subscribe, and I will see you next time.